Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to a new Producer Insight. This time together with
Mr. Scabtik. Yo.
Yeah, so we're gonna dive into our track You and I for the Producer Insight. Jeroen, welcome to this episode. So
Hey, man.
cool to have you on this episode.
Thanks for having me.
Nice. We're gonna talk a bit about the process of how we created the track. Of course, the track was created in the writers' camp of Scantraxx. And I think I first started out with a draft of the track. I had a break already, and I think I sent it to you.
Yeah. We were planning on doing a collab with the producer camp, and we both had some concepts, and this one I really liked. So I was like, let's just bring this to the camp. And let's jam with the concept. But you already had like a piece of the break, indeed.
Yeah, cool. I want to take you guys into the break first. Can tell a little bit about how the break came to be, and then we will dive into another project, and we can tell a bit more about that, because we had a few sessions of stems sending over, and a physical session, of course, at the writers' camp. So we had multiple projects, and we're gonna just show you some bits of that.
I've fun. But you know what's fun? Actually, you worked in your studio on the track. We worked at the Scantraxx office in two different studios on the track. We worked in my studio, my old studio, and I worked at my home studio. So 5 studios, or 5 workplaces for one track. That must be something unique.
Yeah, for real. All right. Nice. So I first started out with there was this tune from Matt Nash. He's an artist on Stamp Records, and I got really inspired by a track of him called, I believe, Rooftops. So I kind of wanted to create that same vibey element. So I recreated the sub bass for that. Almost the 80s style sub bass thing. Of course, as I always do, add a lot of ambient sounds. And I found a vocal from a sample pack I bought online. So this time not a splice vocal. Yes.
It's possible.
It is possible. And I added a vocoder underneath. Aquatic paradise, we can love and sleep, you and I. So this gave it that kind of robotic AI type thing, and eventually inspired us, I think, to create some sort of AI love story behind it.
Yeah, that's like I get a bit of a Westworld. I don't know if you know the series, but that Westworld vibe, like artificial but still very human or vibey.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, some more electric sounds like this ARP. Which played a huge role in that theme. The dancey type break. You basically just use the same elements here, vocal going on, ARP going on, but I added some percussion layers. Or something like that. And I think that this was the idea that I sent to you, just this break. We also had a few other parts like this. We also use that in the
before the outro.
Yeah, for the outro. Yeah.
Yeah. Really fresh.
So it was just a mix of one full break and one smaller break, and I think I sent it to you, and you were like, "Yo, let's go, let's dive into it."
Yeah. It was already really good. So I was like, okay, this break, we didn't really change a lot about it. No. I think we kept this break
Yeah,
intact for the track because you already did a really good job finding a nice vibe, and yeah, it was a really good starting point for us to build a track.
yeah, and then we can dive into much more fuller project. We sat down in the studio at Scantraxx and started working on the intro and the melody. Actually, we took so long for the melody. It took us, well, probably
The,
the whole weekend.
yeah, the first day we worked on the melody. It's actually fun. Yeah. I have the project open at my computer. I can see all the versions. It's fun.
We had JDX, Devin Wild come in, and Dion was like, "Yeah, you send me the MIDI. You need to do it like that." And JDX was
Yeah.
like, "Nah, you need to do it like this." And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
and you were talking to Joshua, saying like, "Oh man, we need to use this scale chord and this scale chord." And I'm not that musically into the theory, and I was like, yeah, but why so complicated? I
Yeah,
believe that was the
when
last day, and I was
yeah,
like, yeah, why so complicated? Just do it like
yeah,
this.
yeah, we still changed it after. I think after the weekend we had like a lot of options, but they were all cool, but a bit too complex, and we simpled it down a bit, or we simplified it,
Yeah,
and that was perfect because the feeling was already there. You don't really have to complicate. I think that's a big tip for people that want to have like a cool melody. If you have like in essence a nice melodic phrase, then you don't have to really complicate it too much
yeah,
to make it cool. Yeah.
yeah. Oftentimes, the more simple your melody is, the better it will work.
Yeah, especially with hardstyle, that's just most of the time the case.
So
Yeah.
this was the melody that we came up with. Let me quickly, yeah. Yeah, of course, people know it. Let me quickly go through the. So here I know this because you gave me the tip, Jeroen, to buy Viper,
Yeah.
and here I started out with Viper, trying some different leads in there, and I started out with Viper. Just grab some leads from because you can import the virus banks in here. So I grabbed some of my virus leads. And I believe in the final project we also added a bunch of your leads as well to it.
Yeah. We had some trouble getting the leads just right, but then we combined both of our layers. We combined the best ones of both of them, and then I merged everything, and then it was full.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, just to show you guys a bit, isn't really that much going on for processing. Just some OTT on most of the leads, some low cut before going into a bus channel. Yeah, and some compression to get some more attack on the leads, some more OTT to really push it and squish it together. Some final adjustments. It was not that complicated for this one. It was quite cool sounding already, and with Jeroen magic touch, turned into a banger.
Yeah. I really love the leads on this one, actually.
Yeah, for me as well.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can talk a bit about the drop, because there are so much technical little bits in there. I think we used so much sounds in this one. For example, let's just play a little bit of the drop. opnieuw. Yeah, we used some weird techniques. We stretched out leads and just percussion and added distortion on top of that percussion. Maybe we can show that actually.
Yeah, with the growls, we did a lot of distortion and multiple multiple resampling of the sounds and stuff.
And I think we use something like this.
Yeah. We just distorted the hell out of it and then record that, and we pick out the best parts, you know, of the sound.
Yeah.
I think the alto boy with distortion did the magic and playing with the format.
Yeah, you had the alter boy, but I don't have it right now.
Yeah, basically just pitching and playing. You have the pitch things from FL Studio. I think you can get cool results with that.
Yeah, it's something like this,
Yeah.
and boosting certain frequencies in the mid section, and then.
Yeah, and then
something like
deleting the lows and a little bit of LFO tool, so you get some rhythm, and then
Yeah,
you already have some weird sounds.
something like.
Yeah, there you go.
And with the kickstarts, of course, this needs to be in tempo as well. And some reverb and delay. And especially these little bits at the end, like you don't plan on doing those, but they just come with the loop and through the whole chain. Get these super technical sounding, screeches almost.
It's all random, but then you just have to play with the knobs and play with the pitch, and then suddenly you hear some little sound like, oh, that's cool, you know? It's like magic.
Magic is the right word, yeah. So that's basically how we build the whole drop, right? You had maybe some percussion and samples from other tracks that we have already used, but mainly just playing around with sounds and FX chains.
Yeah, a lot of the sounds in the track are made from scratch. I think just screech and distort it and do this technique, and then but you can use samples. You can even, I don't know, you can take a drum and bass track and just stretch the whole track and do this technique and just play it through, and there's cool sounds in it. Sure.
Yeah.
So.
And here we basically just use the same sounds, but then in a different, more busy pattern. Yeah, some are layered over on top of each other. And I believe, here we combined. Oh no, this was my gated kick that we added in later.
Yeah.
Sounds like this. Plus don't rip.
You have you put in some nice sounds to give a lot of drive to your track. The offbeat and the laser sounds and stuff. That's really a cool signature thing of you.
Yeah. A huge tip to upcoming producers or to any producer in general, to get some drive going and not completely filling up your intro and clashing the whole mix. I use stuff like this. And it's basically just like a if it loads, a saw, really low octaves, and a lot of crunch from it. So this creates already so much drive in your track, and you can use this under melodies, under climaxes, and basically just follows the bass line. As you can see, it's super low and low E. And that creates a lot of drive without even really telling that that element is there.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, and of course, just your. Well, I wanted to say basic builder, but it's not really basic because you added in a really cool element, which was this stair downways to yeah, with the melody. Yeah, and I think we just added it in like, yeah, maybe we can do something with it, but I really liked how that turned out.
Yeah.
That was super cool and super creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the rest, yeah, the outro we made at your studio.
Yeah. So the outro is a bit of a combination of the intro and with some elements of the melody.
Yeah,
What I also think is really cool when you play this track live is the change in the pitch of the punch. At the
yeah,
second part, you really get like a big energy boost.
that's well, yeah, I of course don't have your kick in here right now, but yeah, it's basically this punch.
Yeah,
With
we did some little changes, but I think I used your attack and my tail, whatever.
yeah,
Really combination of the two, so which is really cool. But yeah.
yeah, um, and we got some questions about yeah, mixing in general.
Uh huh.
If we have had some mixing tips in general.
Um. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
maybe a good one is if you are doubting, is to have like an analyzer like span
yeah, definitely.
always present. Yeah. So what Marijn is opening now on the screen is a span, and it might look a little bit intimidating, or you might not know what to look for. But in general, you want a straight line on the analyzer if you play the track, and if it's like if the line is tilted, so it's then you know there's probably a lot of high end or a lot of low end, because sometimes your ears can trick you and
So
it's
this is
difficult.
basically what
Yeah,
it looks like. Yeah.
yeah. So especially when you're just beginning, it's good to have like an analyzer and also look at tracks you like,
Yeah.
how the spectrum is looking. Yeah, that's one tip.
Yeah. I definitely agree on that. A span analyzer has helped me so much with improving my mix overall, and just comparing a track you like to your track and see what is going on, see what the mix is actually doing, and yeah, practice
Yeah,
that in your own track. Yeah,
yeah,
super important.
yeah.
Um,
Also, yeah.
I think also like a mixing tip that I can give is try to maximize or get the most out of the sounds you are using instead of just pushing like 10 pads over each other in your break. Just try to maximize every sound and give every sound a place and a purpose. For example, if you're missing something in the high end, don't just add in a whole pad, but just add in a subtle pluck or an arp that's playing. Add one big fat sub bass that's carrying the whole break. Don't add so much basses underneath because that will just clutter your mix.
Yeah, good one. Good
Yeah,
one. And if it doesn't work, don't try to fix it, because if it doesn't fit your track or the mix you're making, it's probably the sound that's wrong. It's you can't really fix anything, or you can't fix everything with EQing or compressing. Um, so just take another layer if it doesn't work. Uh, that's
yeah,
also a thing to keep in mind.
yeah,
Um,
for sure, man. I fully agree.
But mixing every track is if you have a you know we finished this track and the leads are good, but if I'm gonna do a new track and I wanna think I think okay, let's do the same steps that I did with this track, it might not work. Every track is a different challenge. Still,
Yeah.
I think you can also um, um, agree with that you also have to struggle every track.
Yeah, of course, I use templates for my leads, especially. Um, and I can just drag in a different melody in the leads we have right now, but they might just not work, and then that means you need to either tweak or add or remove some layers from your chain. Yeah, it's a constant tweak of stuff. Of course, you can't
Yeah.
just grab the blueprint and done. It's
No,
always
no, no,
tweaking.
no, no. No, if you change the key, you change the vibe, and some mixes are just bright, some mixes are darker. You know, if you have like a happy track with happy female vocals, or you have a dark male vocal, the whole mix needs to change because it needs to fit.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that I also accept that it takes time. You know, respect the process of getting better, but one step at a time.
definitely.
Yeah.
Is there anything we still want to show about the project? I think it's all quite clear, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think we run through it pretty well. Like how we made the sounds, the vocal, the break, the trick with the build up is really cool. Yeah, I think I think it's just it was a really nice project because it has like it's like a nice 50-50 split in between our sounds and our signatures. So
Yeah,
that's what I really like. And well, yeah, this it was actually done in not too much time. You know, the idea was really good.
yeah,
The vibe was there. So yeah,
yeah. That also worked out a lot. That yeah, we both had the same vision for the track, and we both felt the idea really well, and
yeah.
combined our sounds. And yeah, of course, we can go along really well. So that's also
Yeah,
a big
yeah,
plus.
yeah. Yeah, we had so much fun in the studio, you know.
Yeah,
It worked like a charm. So that's also a thing. If you just need to have fun and you need to enjoy, and the Scantraxx weekend was really fun as a whole, you know,
yeah,
to uh, to just chill out. So it was a nice vibe to do some good music, and there's more tracks that already released on Scantraxx from that weekend. So that's fun to
yeah,
see the results coming out now. So yeah,
yeah. Super fun.
yeah,
All right, Jeroen, thanks for being here.
yeah,
Guys, thanks for checking out this producer insight. If
yeah.
you have any questions, of course, you can just drop them down below, or if you have a challenge for me to do next, let me down. Let me know. Let me down. Let me know as
Download the
well.
challenge.
Let me download the challenge. Let me
Yeah.
know, and I'll see you guys soon. Cheers.
Hey, have a good day. Bye bye.